Hello, this is a school project, and it's a retelling of a Bosnian folktale made by Parker Fillmore, and so, hope you enjoy. There was once a farmer who had 3 sons. The older 2 were mildly successful, and father praised them. The third brother, Stefan, had no talent, but did phenomenal work at the farm, always cracking a joke with his jolly laugh. The kingdom the farmers lived in was ruled by a Tsar with an only daughter. The princess loved her father, so she spent all her time in study. But the dry old scholars were not amusing for the young girl. For the princess, the slightest mishap would cause the first lady to say, "My dear, vanity is not becoming in a princess." One day, the little princess lost her temper and sharply told the lady her wants as a little girl how she wants to look pretty and dance with the handsome men. The princess's backlash and attitude offended the lady. Even if she had not liked her scholars, the princess should not have said so. The first lady stormed off to the Tsar to complain. She went on and on about how the princess thought of her and the scholars, and the disrespect she received. The Tsar, when he heard this, fell into an awful rage and called for the princess. The Tsar scolded her and sent her to the schoolroom, but she did not behave herself. She had rebelled against every single teacher that walked into that classroom. When the Tsar heard about this, he grew infuriated with her. "Lock that young woman in her chamber. Feed her on bread and water until she's ready to apologize," demanded the Tsar. But the princess, not threatened at all, calmly announced, "I won't even eat your old bread and water until you send me someone who will make me laugh." The Tsar was apprehensive because he knew how stubborn his daughter was. "This will never do," he said. He hurried to the princess's chamber and apologized, offering any food, but she simply declined, declaring all she wanted was to be amused. The Tsar called for his scholars and the first lady to see if they knew how to amuse her, but they were only limited to their subjects. In desperation, he sent heralds through the land to announce that anyone who could make the princess laugh would be rewarded 3 bags of gold. None prevailed at amusing the princess. The days went by, and in more desperation, the Tsar sent out his heralds again, this time promising anyone the hand of the princess in marriage if they can amuse her. Stefan's brothers had already tried, but ended up failing, suggesting Stefan should go since he makes everyone laugh. Stefan was considering the opportunity, and made a joke of it, as he usually does. The next morning, he mustered the courage to go, so he got himself ready in his clothes and mounted his horse. There he entered the princess's chamber. Stefan had mentioned to the princess how low his expectations were of himself to succeed. He was only here because he wanted to give it a whirl with the story his little sister loves that starts with, "In my young days when I was an old man." Immediately, the princess was eager to hear what Stefan had to say. So Stefan told her the story about his lost bee, how he saddled on his rooster, and even reaching heaven with his milliotes. All of it was nonsense, saying things that are out of place or in the wrong order. The princess continued to laugh and laugh at Stefan's foolish story. Afterwards, they had a feast. Then Stefan rose to go, and the Tsar said to him, "Stefan, I will reward you richly. You are a fine lad, and I shall never forget you. The husband I want for my daughter is an honest farmer lad who knows how to work and how to play. That's the kind of son-in-law we need in this kingdom." Stefan and the princess got married, and Stefan got to tell his jokes to the whole kingdom, filling it with laughter, ultimately being the most successful of his brothers. So, moral of the story, be yourself, and that is how you will succeed in life. Goodness, I can't believe this is my 3rd school project in Fortnite.